my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. I have started a new reading vlog, so welcome to this weekly reading vlog where I'm gonna get myself out of the slump. Now, if you've seen my previous weekly vlog, you guys know I put myself into a slump, which is lovely. I love that I put myself into a slump, and I have been trying since Monday, today's Wednesday, to get myself out of this slump, and I did not want to vlog until I felt like I was coming out of it, and I've officially felt like I've come out of it, so I'm ready. I'm ready to vlog, and I'm ready to chat about some of the books that I'm reading because I'm really enjoying them. Now, it's kind of like a wrap up of what I've been reading for the last 2 days and then what I am going to read, and I'm very excited about that. So I started a gothic fantasy, which is called Anathema. I know I'm butchering that name. I don't know how the hell to pronounce it, okay? It's by Carrie Lake. It is a gothic fantasy, world building, slow burn, human slash fantasy world, a touch of horror. It has all the things, and I'm actually enjoying it. I will say it's giving me One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns vibes. Now, I will say it's not as thought out, if that makes sense. Like, it's not as prettily put together. It is a very long book, and it's the first in a duet, but I am liking it. So I'm 40% through that. That is my eyeball read. That's on ebook. There is no audio, but that's the one that I'm currently reading, like, as I'm laying down to go to sleep at night, which, to be honest, might be like the worst thing because it's like low-key creepy. It's like a mix of The Witcher, like our hero, what he does, like he goes into a bog and he has to fight all these like creatures and these spiders and this and that, and like it reminds me of like The Witcher, like if you've ever watched that on Netflix, which I love that show. But then also our female character, she's like left at this, you know, she's like the kind of like this orphan of this family and yada yada yada. And on the human world, there's this like a forest that no one's supposed to go into and yada yada yada. It's very interesting. I low-key don't know what's going on. The fantasy world is a little bit tough to pick up on. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot of world building, because not only in the first 40% of the book you're trying to figure out the human world and what's going on there and the territories and parishes, you're also trying to figure out what's going on in this fantasy world where our hero is, and how that there's basically a veil that only lets certain people in and out. You're also trying to figure out the magical powers between everyone. You're also trying to figure out the fucking names, because the names are so bizarre. Like, here, like reading them is different than like trying to listen to them. Like, I'm pretty sure if I heard the pronunciation it'll be totally fine. Me trying to sound out some of these words is actually hilarious, but I'm 40% into that. It's keeping my attention and I'm having a good time with it. Now, I also picked up Filthy Rich Vampire by Genevieve Lee. I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure I read this book when it was still indie published, because I went to add it as currently reading on Goodreads and it said that I already read it, and I gave it 4 stars, and I just finished the audio about an hour ago and I had the best time with it, and I'm giving it 4 stars on my reread, and I listened to the audio of this. So I did get the second book because it does end on a cliffhanger. I did get the second book out from my library because they're all in my library on my Libby app, and honestly I'm having like the best time with it. Like, nothing gets me out of a slump more than like 2 of my favorite tropes: billionaire and a vampire and a fated mate. Like, that's just like, that combination is like perfect for me. I started reading billionaire romances. That's my favorite. I will always go back to them. So he's super rich, gives her, you know, whatever she wants, but there's this whole thing. She's human, he's vampire, he's been asleep for the last 40 years. He wakes up, he's supposed to take a wife, he doesn't want to take a wife. They're kind of fake dating. He's trying to give her everything, figures out that she's a virgin. Vampires can't take a virginity, someone's virginity, because then they're like bonded together forever until death on, I think, either one of them. So yeah, it's very interesting. It kind of ended on a cliffhanger and I really want to continue. So those are going to be my audio. That'll be my next audiobook. I'll definitely start that one because I'm having a really good time with that series. So yeah, things that just like I need to keep my attention. But I do have an arc of From Here to Eternity by A.L. Jackson. This is a special edition art copy. I did not know I was getting this. This book comes out on October 15th. This is an anticipated release for me for October. Like, this is one of like the 4 new releases in October that I really, really wanted to read. So when this showed up yesterday, I was like, excuse me? Yes, please. So the pink, the bike, the couple, the tattoos. He's a tattoo artist. He has a son. She is, I don't know if she's keeping a secret. I'm sold. Like, I cannot wait to dive into this. So after I probably finish the Carrie Lake book, I'll physically dive into this because I don't have like an audiobook. She will have an audiobook when it's released, but I'm so excited for this book. When this package showed up, I was like, stop it right now, I'm gonna die. Like, literally, I'm gonna die. I'm so excited. So anyway, this is on my radar. All the books that I have are kind of quick reads, like audio wise, minus the Carrie Lake. That one's a little longer. That's why it's my eyeball read. But I don't know how many audiobooks I'll get through in the next like 4 days. I'll take you along with me. I don't know my plans. I don't have anything to do. I'm about to film with Jess. We're about to film our podcast episode. So if you're seeing this on Sunday, we have a new episode coming out tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, I'll take you with me, and I hope you enjoyed this little spend a couple of days with me in my life. Hi, hello. It has been a day since I've talked to you guys. Basically, today's Friday. I started this vlog on Wednesday, I think. Yesterday, Thursday, I spent pretty much the whole day in bed. I had a flare-up that like kicked my ass. I was exhausted and I was like, I just have to lay down. I just have to lay down, which means I got a lot of reading done while I was in bed. And I think the last time I talked to you, I finished Filthy Rich Vampire, gave it 4 stars, and then I said I was almost done with Anathema, I think that's how you pronounce it. The author put a pronunciation guide on her Instagram, and I tried to figure that out on sprints with Jess. And I think we figured it out, but now I can't remember which way to say it, so we're going with that. Anyway, this is the picture. I was actually thoroughly surprised by this book, and I couldn't give it like a full 5 stars because there was like some things with the fantasy world building that wasn't my favorite, but I did end up giving it 4.5 stars because I enjoyed it that much. I would say this is Carrie Lake's first dive into gothic fantasy romance, and she's written a lot of gothic fantasies before. Like I've read Nocticadia, really enjoyed that one. I think I gave it 4.5 stars as well. I want to read The Master and Salt and Bones, I think, by her. But yeah, there's a couple of other books that I definitely want to read by her that I've heard really good things about, but this is her first dive into fantasy, like gothic fantasy, I will say. And I think that she did a really good job with it. I think that she took on this really large world of like this human world and this like magical world with a veil in the middle, and how she had to build both of them up separately, and then kind of how they merge and the stories merge and the characters and what the magic is and how magic is different from person to person and the different types of people in both worlds. Like, it was a lot, right? And I think she actually did a really good job with it, and I was thoroughly surprised, but there were parts where I was like, this is a little confusing. Like the way that the names are, of how detailed, they're not like simplistic names, which, like, don't get me wrong, it makes for a good fantasy world once you understand it, but it's one of those things where it can be hard to, like, there was a point in sprints where there was like a heavy fantasy world building section that I was reading, and in 40 minutes I got through like 5%, which is like 30 something pages of the book. But then the next sprint that was like 25-30 minutes, I got through like 50 pages because it was just banter back and forth between the characters, like forced proximity, stuff like that. So like some of the heavy world building stuff took me some time to like really digest. And I think that honestly, like, this is her first fantasy, and I'm not surprised by that at all, but I definitely think that it could have been fleshed out more. I don't know how, but I know that it could have been like a little bit easier of like a deep dive into all of that stuff as the reader. She definitely could have, I say she could have wrote it differently, but it just would have made the book longer. And it was already 700 pages. But I really enjoyed that one. I gave it 4.5 stars. I definitely want to pick up the next book in the duet. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger, just so you know. I loved the ending of the book. I thought it was actually like really beautiful, and how she kind of had everything come together in a very like interesting way. I wasn't expecting it. It definitely took me off guard. And so it does end on a cliffhanger. The second book comes out in, I think, April 2025. That's what Amazon and her Instagram says. So I will definitely be waiting for that one. I definitely want to continue on and read more by her because I'm thriving with the fall gothic stuff. That's what I'm going for. The cozy fall, that don't work for me. I realize that. I have to be like in a specific mood for that, but I'm always in the like mood for a gothic something. But I am switching gears for my eyeball read, my next eyeball read, which I started last night, which was the arc of From Here to Eternity. So this book comes out on October 15th. So you're seeing this on the 13th. Yeah, the 13th on Sunday. I got 100 pages into this book. It's a 400-page book, and the font is actually pretty tiny. So I'm physically reading this, but I'll tell you the first 100 pages has me like so intrigued. So I love a guy on a bike. I love a guy that's a tattooed hero. If he's a tattoo artist, even better. He's a tattoo artist. And he's a single dad. He has a son that's 5 years old in this book. And our characters meet when she goes into the tattoo shop when he's tattooing a friend. It's kind of late at night. It's like 10 o'clock or something, or 9 or 10. And he's like, we're closed. And she said, the internet says that you're open till 10. I need a tattoo. And he's like, but I'm in with a client, so it's gonna have to be in like 2 years. My wait list is 2 years. So his friend's like, don't worry, like we're basically almost done. My arm's on fire, wrap it up, do her tattoo, I'll come back later. And you see that he's a hero from one of her other series. I don't think I've read that series, or maybe I have. I've read some of her other books, but not like the full series. So it was cool to see that kind of that crossover right at the beginning. It's in chapter 1, but you see that he gives her this tattoo. It means something to her. And she's like this mystery, but he's very attracted to her, and she finds him attractive obviously as well. So then they go their separate ways. A week passes. He takes his kid in because he busted his lip to the doctor's office. She's the nurse that kind of like takes care of all like the patients and stuff before the doctor comes in. And she's also his sister's like friend, like new friend, because she's new to town. So he's figuring things out about her. She's keeping some secrets. He like kisses her, goes to kiss her, and she kind of freezes up. I've highlighted a couple of things, which I usually don't do. It says, worried clutched me by my throat. There'd been something about her that had held me since the moment I met her. Something about her that made me want to look closer. Something that compelled, something that I recognized. She was in trouble, scared. And like the last chapter that I read, I highlighted a lot. It says, need you to tell me one thing. Are you afraid of me, or are you afraid of being touched? And she said, I'm afraid that I want you to touch me. He said, I wanted to go on a rampage, start a fucking war, destroy the bastard who put that look on her face, because I fucking knew. She has a past with someone. I'm pretty sure she was sexually assaulted, so that's a trigger for it. I don't know if it's gonna be on page. I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, it's very interesting. He's like a not so good guy. He's done stuff, I guess, with the motorcycle club, or like with his crew is what he calls it. And there's 5 of them, including him. So this is so far going well. It's been a very long work day. I've worked 6 hours on a project in between dealing with some like family stuff. But yeah, I've been working 6 hours. It's almost 6 o'clock now. I have to catch up on work, so I'm gonna be working for the rest of the night, like for most of the night. So I'm just going along with this Filthy Rich Vampires series. I'm on Second Right, which is the second book, Filthy Rich Vampires Second Right. I'm 72% into the book. Can you see that? 72%. I'm finishing this tonight, and I'm definitely starting the 3rd book. I already got the 3rd book, so the 3rd audiobook is called Filthy Rich Vampires 3 Queens. Now, I did get the 4th book from Kindle Unlimited because it's not on audio. They don't have an audiobook for the 4th book. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to the 4th book, but I'm definitely continuing on with this series. I'm a fan. I'm a stan. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty fun. I just love a billionaire. I love a fated mate situation, but I love when like things are coming up that like force them that they can't be together and they have to problem solve it. I'm just eating it up. It's my candy. It's nothing like super spectacular. It's nothing super new, but I'm enjoying it, and it's helped me get out of this reading slump. So we're going with it. So today's Friday. I'm gonna finish working, definitely get through more of these audiobooks. But I plan to film a little bit tomorrow. I made a ginormous to-do list for tomorrow and Sunday, because my to-do list for today is also long. Like I have a to-do list right here. It's almost a full page between the next 3 days because I have so much stuff to do. But I have to go get my nails done tomorrow because they're they're grown out. You can even see that. I think I'm gonna get like a purpley, because this is like the red, cherry red, like dark cherry mocha. I think I'm gonna get like a purpley, a dark purpley color, like black purple, maybe with some chrome or something like that. And my plan is by the end of tomorrow, when I have to close out this vlog to edit it for tomorrow for Sunday, I plan to finish up the 3rd book of Filthy Rich Vampires, which the 3rd audiobook's only 9 hours. So very quick read. I do plan to finish this for sure, before tomorrow night. Like when I sit down to read tonight, this is gonna be my book. I'm very excited to continue on with this book because it's getting really good. And I don't know if I'll get to the 4th book in the Filthy Rich Vampire series. I may just wait till the audiobook comes out because I really like the narrators. It's Teddy Hamilton and Stella Hunter. They do a really good job. So that is my update for now. I'm gonna get back to work. I have a little snack. Dinner's gonna be a little later today because me and Brennan aren't like super hungry, but that's my update for you guys. Oh, I didn't even tell you. My husband got me new headphones. He got me new headphones and they're pink. So for the longest time, I've always used AirPods, but sometimes like when I'm chewing or like I chew on gum when I work so I don't grind my jaw, they will pop out, like they'll slowly pop out, the AirPods. So I've been using these headphones, which is his black ones. Like they're just like black. I think the same brand. No, it's a different brand. But these are like longer a little bit, like this way. So they pinch my ear. Not hard, but like it gets uncomfortable if I wear them for a long time. But I like wearing over the ear headphones while I'm working because I can like block out everything else. But yeah, aren't they so cute? He got them for me for Prime Day. So cute. Anyway, that's my update. I will talk to you guys a little bit later tonight, and I'll tell you what I think of the 2nd book. I mean, I'm almost done with it. It's probably gonna be like a 3.5, 4 stars. Yeah, but I will talk to you guys later. Hello, I'm here to close out this vlog. I have had a very busy day, as you can see. We went book shopping. I went to brunch with some friends. It was delicious. I didn't take any video because I was starving. I was like, we got our food and I just like that down. I already showed you my nails, but I love the purple. I wanted black. Well, I've had black previously and I was like, I want something different for October, you know, like spooky season. Like I'm thinking witchy, right? That's what the red was. The red that I had previously was like the blood red, spooky-ish, witchy type thing. And so this is like giving a mix of like alien and spooky, and like I love the chrome. I think it turned out really good. She tried like a couple different chrome options and I was like, I want something different, you know. So anyway, that's what I did. And then I was really tired. I was like almost falling asleep. I was listening to my audiobook. I had my headphones, they're downstairs because they fit perfectly in my little Coach backpack. But literally, like, I was like falling asleep. I was like, okay, I need to go get like a Lonnie. I can't go home right now because if I go home, I'm gonna fall asleep, and I'm gonna fall asleep for like an hour or like 2 to take a nap, right? Then I'm never gonna sleep tonight. So I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. Well, I don't know if it's working. Anyway, so I was like, ooh, Barnes & Noble is in the same shopping center. So is that like an outdoor mall? My nail salon is. Like, I've started going to this one and I really, really like them. We'll see. This is my second time getting my nails done by them. So we'll see. They gave me like a little manicure too. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. I've had a coffee. I went to go get a coffee at Barnes & Noble. That'll wake me up. Let's go book shopping. So I took you guys book shopping. I wasn't expecting to have that much footage. I already imported it into my weekly vlog because I have to export it as soon as I'm done and then upload it for you guys. But I had like 8 minutes, almost 10 minutes actually. of Barnes & Noble footage. Like I could have done a whole separate video, so you guys get a little book shopping vlog with a weekly vlog. But I do have an update. So I did finish, oh my gosh, what's it called? Three Queens. So it's Filthy Rich Vampire, Three Queens. I finished that today. It was only a 9-hour audiobook. So between like doing my makeup this morning, riding in the car to brunch, I had to get an admissions test. I also had to get my registration. I also had to drive to get my nails done. While getting my nails done, that took like an hour and a half. Then I was in Barnes & Noble. I didn't wear any headphones in Barnes & Noble because I feel like if I'm walking around I have headphones, I feel weird about that. Like I can't hear what's going on around me. And then on the way home, and then while I was, you know, doing other things around the house, cooking dinner, yada yada yada, I finished. And this one's not actually my favorite. So the second book, okay, I can't really say anything about plot-wise because it's gonna spoil the series. I binged this series. Will I pick up the fourth book? I think when the audiobook comes out, I will. If I try to physically read it, I probably won't like it as much, but they're just such easy audiobooks to like get into. If you just want something super fun, spicy, fated mates, you can feel their love, you can feel that they're like connected to each other, pick it up. I think it was great. I thought it was a fun time. So I give the first book 4 stars when technically I reread it. I didn't remember I was rereading it. Like, I don't remember anything about it, but I gave it 4 stars. The second book was a 4-star if I didn't say that. The third book, I'm giving like a 3.5. I'm still going to rate it 4 stars on Goodreads, but the third book did something different where they have Jacqueline's perspective, and Jacqueline is the hero's like really good friend, and she plays a part in the plot, but you see her perspective, and I think you see, her sister's perspective at one point. And you know, Barnes & Noble, they did have the 4th book, which I don't have. Like, I don't have an audiobook for, but I have the Kindle version. I was thinking about picking it up, and I'm like, no, if I'm going to pick up anything, I want to pick up the first book. So I have it on my shelves as like a little trophy. But I did it because I didn't have the first book. But yeah, so I'm giving it 3.5 star. Now, I have an update on this book. I only got like 40 more pages in. No, I got 70 pages in, so I'm at 170 pages. And I just didn't finish this for you guys because I thought I would be able to like spend the day after getting my nails done just like relaxing and reading on the couch, but I had like a lot more errands to do. So yeah, I didn't get to finish this one, but so far I'll give you, obviously you'll see my wrap up, but I so far am enjoying this one. I don't know if it's gonna be a 5-star read. I did flip through because like when I read, if I'm reading physically, I will like do this sometimes and just like look at the book, which then I see things and it spoils it for me. It literally happens all the time. I don't know why I do this to myself. So far it's giving 4.5 star vibes, which is not bad. So anyway, you guys want to see what I got at Barnes & Noble, that's why you're here. So with my coffee, I got a coffee for me, an iced coffee, and then I brought Brandon a hot coffee because he was like, oh, by the time you get home, it'll be like drinking temperature. You can get a $5 book, which I've seen people kind of do that. Like on TikTok, they're like $5 book, and so I never asked for anything. So at the checkout, I was like, do you guys have the cafe like item when you get a $5 book? She's like, oh yeah, it's over by the cafe. When you buy a book, or when you buy your coffee or buy whatever, you'll get it. So, Stalking Jack the Ripper. This is a spicy, I'm pretty sure like a spicy book. Like Carrie Maniscalco writes spicy stuff. Anyway, I've been wanting to read this, so I'm excited. We'll see if Carrie Maniscalco redeems herself, because I do like Throne of the Fallen, but I hate Kingdom of the Wicked, so that's that. And then I saw Christy from Christy Reads a Lot. She read The 13th Child by Erin A. Craig. But the sprayed edges got me. I showed this in the clips too, but look how pretty. And they have really pretty end pages, and it has a really like cool hard case that I'm very excited about. I don't know if I can get the audiobook for this, but she said this was a really fun time. She told me about this author, but I didn't realize it was this author. They write like a lot of like retellings, gothic stuff, which you guys know, gothic is my word. So got that one. And then I wasn't going to pick up any more because those, like, I just went in for the 13th Child. Like, that's the only one that I wanted to see if they had there. But they had a little table right at the front that you guys saw. They had Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which I didn't get the Pumpkin Spice Cafe because Jess said, well, I didn't get Pumpkin Spice because I read it and I gave it 4 stars. So it's not like my absolute favorite thing in the world. But Jess gave this book 5 stars, but she gave Pumpkin Spice 4 stars. So like we're on the same wavelength, but I think I'm going to like this one a lot more because our heroine is turning 30. She's 29, turning 30, and I literally just turned 30 2 weeks ago. I still feel weird about it. I still have like crisis moments where I'm like, holy shit, I'm 30. So I feel like I'm going to relate to the heroine in this. But then this book, I texted Jess, I said, is this book out yet? Because I haven't seen it. It's The Christmas Tree Farm. This comes out Tuesday, but they had it out early. So I picked it up. I'm not reading this until way closer to Christmas. But look at the little puppy. Now I regret not having the like foiled edition of Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Maybe I'll go grab it myself. But anyway, that's the 2 that I got. That's my haul. I spent like $50. Not bad. So I would say that this is a successful reading vlog because I got myself out of a reading slump because I was struggling last week. But I've flown through that series. It's really helped me. I have a new like revival for like reading. Like I want to read everything all the time. I just filmed every unread book on my shelf earlier today when I got home. That's what I did because the coffee really hit me and I was like, yes, let's go. I'm having energy. So that was over 200 books that I talked through. So that video will be coming soon for you guys. But if you've made it this far, leave me a... Do they have a cinnamon bun? No, they probably don't. Leave me a like fall leaf. Like these leaves, you know what I'm talking about? The orange leaves. Leave me that in the comments down below because today was the first day that I get to wear a sweater. Like it was cold enough outside. Did I say cold enough? It was 75 degrees that I could wear a sweater. I'm very happy about that. Anyway, okay, that's all I have for this video. Leave me some leaves, the orange leaves, in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, coming along with me for a couple of days in my life. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.